has been the whole George Floyd incident, right?
Yes.
So, and I along with, I'm sure, hundreds of thousands and even millions of people have viewed this video of this man being, handcuffed on the ground, and this police officer's, let me clarify that, this ex-police officer's knee was on the man's neck. And I was watching the video, I heard the man, saying, I can't breathe. But not only did you hear him, you heard other people around saying, man, the man can't breathe, get off his neck and things like that. And so for somebody to be so callous and so thoughtless, here, let me kind of go back from the beginning, from what I understand the story to have been. Apparently, they said he went into this establishment, paid somebody with a $20 bill. Anyway, it ended up being a counterfeit bill, and so the police was called. So the police was called. They saw him sitting in the car. So I'm not even sure at this point if the store owner said it was him. See, it's not even clear that it said it was him that passed this counterfeit $20 bill. But so anyway, the police was called. They showed up. They saw this black man sitting in the car in front of this establishment, and they pulled him out of the car. Hey, True. And they pulled him out of the car, and when I saw, the man was already handcuffed. The man was handcuffed, walked over to the sidewalk, and was pretty much sat to the ground. So I don't know what transpired from that point to when he was over by the car, or if the video is out of context. I'm not sure, but the person I saw, they escorted him over to the sidewalk. Either way, the man was on the ground. He was handcuffed. So I don't understand the reason for the excessive force as you putting your knee on someone's neck.
What is the killing? Right.
The murder of George Floyd. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. The murder, the killing of George Floyd, of a man that was suspected of passing a counterfeit $20 bill. Now, I had a discussion on the other evening about counterfeit money. At some point, sometimes you may receive some money from someone, and it may be a counterfeit bill in there. You don't know, because I'll be honest, I don't know what a counterfeit bill looks like. I don't.
I mean, I used to work at a casino, so we would get them from time to time, and you can tell when it's counterfeit because we'll have to hold up to the light, and you'll see like a bunch of like dots or black marks through it.
But if a layman person who's not used to looking at it, if they're not used to seeing that,
we would never blame that. Like, we would never blame the person who brought it because they didn't know. Nobody would ever know. But when you you would have to start, when you're working different, you have to look at money a little bit more carefully. That's why you have the counterfeit pens if it turns a different color. So if you're not working in like that particular, like a bank or customer service, retail, where you're handling cash like that, you wouldn't know, but once you see one.
But apparently, whoever the person was working in the store, they recognized it as being counterfeit.
Right.
So if you recognize it being counterfeit, why not just tell the man, say, you know what, God, I don't know if you got this from someone else, but this bill is counterfeit. So if that's what I said, people there are basic common courtesies, basic decency that we all should know. So if you're working in there and if you see, because I couldn't tell, but if you say I can tell this is a counterfeit bill, then tell that person this is counterfeit. I can't take this bill.
And mostly every stores now have security guards.
Right.
Because for us, when we had the issue, we would call security, and then security would take that person aside, let them know what's going on.
Right.
And if they threw a fit about it, then that's when we had police step in. But most of the time, it was a quick talk to like, man, I didn't know I got it from a gas station. Somebody must have
right, like you said, you could have got it from a supermarket, you could have got it from a casino, you could have gotten it from anywhere. Right. So if somebody give you change back from a grocery store, you could have ended up with a counterfeit bill.
Right.
So just to do that to a human being,
just to go straight to call the police.
Right, exactly.
He was a criminal, and you don't even know where he got it from.
Exactly. But then the police, let's get to them. Let's get to these ignorant ass.
Oh, they were disgusting.
They were disgusting in every way. When I saw, when the man, I guess, finally had taken his last breath, then when the ambulance came over, that's the only reason why you got off his neck. He was literally sitting on that man's neck for 8 minutes. They said for 7 to 8 minutes. Do you know how long 7 to 8 minutes it really is? 1 minute is long. 2 minutes is long. But when you talk about 7 to 8 minutes and your knee is resting on somebody's neck, your intent is to kill that person. So if you lied and said that was not my intent, you a lie. Would you want me to rest my knee on your neck for 30 seconds? Let alone for 7 to 8 minutes. That is inexcusable and it's deplorable. And if they don't file murder charges, against the officers that did it, and then all of the rest. I don't know what the charges. The rest of them that they can they can be charged, but you all just stood there and you watched.
Put them all up on murder charges.
You all just stood there.
It was 4 of them. They all stood up there. It was all an accomplice to watching that man get murdered because not one of you stopped it.
And then the way that was the ambulance came, the way they just rolled him over, like he was just a piece of nothing.
Like he was a dead dog.
Like he was a piece of nothing. Exactly. So one of my questions is, I said, why is it? It was the mayor of Minneapolis, right? He made the comment, and what was the comment that he said? He said, because I wrote it down. What did he say? Oh my God, where is it? He said being black should not be a death sentence. Being black should not be a death sentence. And since I'm black, you black, everybody here, we black. So it should not be so should we have to be scared to death every time I walk out of my front door, or I go into a supermarket, or I go into a mall, or I go into a hair salon? Should I be afraid because you don't like the color of my skin?
I'm not gonna have fear.
Yeah, that's right. I'm not.
Let me explain this. I'm not gonna have fear because I know who's watching over me and who's gonna take care of me. If I walk into an establishment and you have a problem with me because of the color of my skin, that's your issue. That's based on your upbringing, what you've dealt with in recent years. I don't know what it is, but don't look at me like I'm like some foreign entity. That because I don't look like you, because I don't do certain things, that I can't be in this particular area.
That's right.
Let me explain. Let's go back to history. Since they always want to bring up history,
let's talk some history.
Let's bring up some history. Let's explain this. Christopher Columbus ain't found nothing. The Native Americans came over here and found it.
There you go.
Then you befriended the Native Americans.
There you go.
Then you killed them all. So you want to talk about the land? The land was owned by people of color.
Always. The land always.
You want to go there? I got more of a right to this land than you ever will. Because first of all, it came from Native Americans, and then my ancestors was right here building and farming and bringing this to life.
Exactly.
So therefore, you don't have a right to nothing. You want to go there.
And when we're talking about that, we talking about the racial issue. So we're talking about the black and white, because the black and white people, there's a serious issue going on here. And we know, my friend and I, we were speaking, and we said, this is so bad, because not only are we dealing with the pandemic, and now we're dealing with all these racial motivated killings. It's like, my question to white people, what are you so afraid of when you see me? Because that is obviously you're fearful of me for some reason. But I haven't done a damn thing to you. All I am is a different color. What it is that people look at the news and you sensationalize when a black person does something. You sensationalize it and you make it look like every black person in the world is a bad human being.